Hi, I'm Nathan, and I'd like to introduce you to the concept of happiness, more specifically, the consequences of being too happy. Happiness is an emotion used to describe someone's subjective well-being. Within subjective well-being, there are two specific components, cognitive well-being and affective well-being. People experiencing happiness are often seen smiling, with the muscles around their eyes tightened, as well as open body language. Physical health, exercise, finances, and relationships all affect a person's level of happiness. Have you ever heard the saying, "I'm so happy I could cry"? If so, you already have a grasp on Plutchk's wheel of emotions. The wheel stems from the psychoevolutionary theory of emotions, which suggests 8 primary emotions account for an individual's thoughts and feelings. Each emotion has levels and a polar opposite. Joy, which is often used to describe happiness, has a polar opposite of sadness. Ever wondered about the chemical process that creates happiness? There are 4 specific neurochemicals that all work together to create the emotion we describe as happiness: dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. Now let's explore hedonic and eudaimonic well-being. Hedonic well-being is a complete focus on the experience of pleasure and happiness and avoiding things that could cause pain. Eudaimonic well-being instead focuses on finding meaning and purpose, and this in turn will create happiness. It also focuses on self-actualization, a concept heavily used in Maslow's theory on the hierarchy of needs. Positive psychology looks at creating balance with the past, present, and future so that we can be happy now. Starting with the 3-factor model of happiness, pleasant life, good life, meaningful life, it's expanded on further to create the PERMA model, highlighted by 5 key factors that all contribute to an individual having a happy life. Bipolar is characterized as manic periods of happiness as well as lack of sleep. Cherophobia is the fear of being too happy. Now that we have a grasp on the theories and inner workings of happiness, let's look at some of the consequences of being too happy. It has been theorized that the more you pursue happiness, the harder it will be to achieve it. In a nutshell, if you want to be happy, focus on activities and relationships that give you meaning, and that in turn will promote happiness. People with pre-existing mental disorders like bipolar, which was discussed earlier, are more prone to manic mood swings, and as a result, more likely to have poor decision making and an increase in risk-taking behaviour. Appropriate levels of happiness lower the likelihood of drug use and alcohol abuse, as well as other potential risky behaviours. Creativity can be affected by both positive and negative emotions, showing that you need to experience all aspects of life and emotions, not just happiness, in order to promote your imagination and artistry. The takeaway from this video should be that, like everything else, there must be balance. Being too happy all the time can have negative consequences in many facets of life. In order to be happy, we shouldn't focus on happiness as a concept, and instead pursue endeavours that give our lives meaning. Thank you for listening to my short video.